Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to the session on Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram. So last week we discussed Sloka 11 and 12. Does anyone remember? What are those shlokas? Tameva charchayan nityam bhaktyā puruṣamavyayam dhyayan stuvannamasyamscha yajamanas cha. That is shloka number 11. Shloka number 12. Anādhinidanam Vishnum sarvalokamaheśwaram lōkādhyakṣaṁ stuvannityam sarvadhukkhātigo bhavet. So we discussed these two shlokas, 11 and 12. Tameva charchayan nityam bhaktyā puruṣamavyayam dhyayan stuvannamasyamscha yajamanas cha. So what does that mean? Shloka number 11. Worshipping Sriman Narayana with devotion, meditating on the inexhaustible Purusha, Avyayam, Purusham Avyayam. Worshipping Sriman Narayana with devotion, meditating on Sriman Narayana, who is also known as Purushottama or Purusham Avyayam, praising and bowing down to him alone and offering sacrifices to him alone, the worshipper, the aspirant becomes free. In simple words, the bhakta becomes free by worshipping Sriman Narayana, meditating on him and praising him with some stotrams. Dhyayan stuvan namasyamscha. Three things: dhyanam, stuvan and namas. Three things. And all these three things should be with bhakti. Bhaktyā puruṣam avyayam. Tameva charchayan nityam bhaktyā puruṣam avyayam. Dhyayan stuvan namasyamscha yajamanas cha. And in the next shloka, 12th shloka, Anādhinidanam Vishnum sarvalokamaheśwaram lōkādhyakṣaṁ stuvannityam sarvadukkhātigo bhavet. So what did Bhishma mention in this shloka? By praising Vishnu, the eternally immortal, Anādhi Nidanam. That means one who is without any beginning, without end, and he is the refuge. Anādhi Nidanam Vishnu Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Lōkādhyakṣaṁ Stuvannityam Sarvadukkhātigo bhavet. By praising that Vishnu, who is eternally immortal, the great Lord of all the Lords, the presiding deity of the worlds, one can pass beyond all sorrows. So this is what we discussed. So Sriman Narayana, Bhishma Dev started describing about the question asked by Yudhishthira. Stuvanta kam. Stuvanta kam. One of the 6 questions is Stuvanta kam. Who should we praise? Who should we praise? In simple words, we have to praise Sriman Narayana. But why do we have to praise Sriman Narayana? Because of the Dasha Guna, 10 qualities that Bhishma Dev describes in shloka number 12 and 13. Shloka number 12 and 13, Bhishma Dev describes 10 qualities of Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana's qualities are Anantam, but sometimes we see Dasha Gunas, glorified, corresponding to Dashavatara. And at other times, like in Ramayana, we see Shodasha Guna, 16 qualities that are glorified. And in Bhagavatam, we see Chatushashti, 64 qualities that are described. So depending on the context and depending on the time that is available. Now here, Bhishma Dev is on the Sharagalpa. He's on the bed of arrows. So, yeah, 1 second. మీరు చూశాను విష్ణు సహస్రనామం పారాయణం చేశారు, క్లాస్ ఉంటుంది, మీరు ఒకవేళ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే కూర్చోండి, ఒకవేళ వెళ్ళాలంటే వెళ్ళొచ్చు. మీరు వెళ్ళాలా? ఓకే, షూర్. విష్ణు సహస్రనామ మీనింగ్ అనమాట, ఒక్కొక్క శ్లోకం మీనింగ్. యా, షూర్. ఓకే, so depending on the time and context and the speaker and the listener, different number of qualities are described. So here in Vishnu Sahasra Nāma context, Bhishma Dev is on Sharagalpa, the bed of arrows. So there is not much time to discuss 64 qualities or even more than that. Okay, so that's why Bhishma Dev made it very short, describing the Dasha Guna, 10 qualities. In Sloka number 12, he discusses 4 qualities. What are those 4 qualities? So who can tell? Those who attended last week. What are the 4 qualities that are discussed in Sloka number 12? Anadi, the first one, Anadi, means one without beginning. Anidhanam, Anidhanam means one without end, without death, basically, without death, without end. Anadi, Anidhanam. So first one is Anadi, second one is Anidhanam, third one is Vishnu. Vishnu means all pervading, sarvavyapi. Fourth one, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the controller of all the planets. Fourth one, lōkānāṁ. He is the supervisor of all the lokas. Actually, the first one, Anādhinidanam, let's consider that as one guna, one without beginning and end. Okay. Number 1 is Anādhinidanam, second one is Vishnu, third one Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, fourth one lōkānāṁ. So because Sriman Narayana has these great qualities, we should worship, we should praise him. We should praise him. Stuvan. This is the answer to Yudhishthira's question. Stuvanta kam. Stuvanta come. That's the question Bhishma Yudhishthira asked. Who should we praise? Who should we praise? Now here Bhishma Dev is telling that. So now let's go into Sloka number 13 today. So 1 second, let me connect this to the TV here so that people who are in person, they can see. 1 second. Okay, so let's continue. Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram, Sloka number 13. Okay, Sloka number 13. brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. So what does it mean? He is the Brahman, the knower of all religions, the enhancer of the fame of the worlds, the Lord of the worlds, the great being, the origin of all beings. So this is a continuation to previous shloka. Previous shloka, shloka number 12, Anādinidanam Vishnum Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Lokādhyakṣaṁ Stuvan sarvadukkhātigo bhavet. Yeah. So Bhishma Dev described 4 qualities of Sriman Narayana in that shloka. Now in this shloka, Sriman Narayana is describing 6 more qualities. What are the 6 qualities? brahmaṇyaṁ, sarvadharmajñaṁ, lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam, that's one word, lōkanāthaṁ, mahadbhūtaṁ, sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. These are the 6 qualities here. So let's understand the meaning of each of these qualities. brahmaṇyaṁ. In simple words, brahmaṇyaṁ means the Parabrahma. Okay? Parabrahma. brahmaṇyaṁ means, in simple words, Parabrahma. But if you go into the details, then you can say protector of Dharma, devoted to Brahman, all those things. So in simple words, you can say brahmaṇyaṁ means that Parabrahma. The same word Brahma can refer to Jivatma. The same word Brahma can refer to Paramatma. The same word Brahma can refer to Chaturmukha Brahma, like that. But here in this context, because Bhishma Dev is describing about Sriman Narayana, brahmaṇyaṁ means Parabrahma. Okay? That means the supreme. Okay, if you want the English word for that, that's supreme. That's supreme personality. That's supreme personality. Sarvadharmajñaṁ, knower of all dharmas. Sarva means all. Dharma is dharma. Jnatum. Jnatum means to know. Dharmajñam means to know the dharma. Sarva dharmajñam means knowing all, knower of all the dharmas. Sarva dharmajñam. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Third one. One who enhances the fame of the worlds. Now what does it mean? One who enhances the fame of the worlds means, does he enhance the kirti or the fame of the material world? Or the higher planetary systems, Svargaloka, Satyaloka, all these things? No, that's not what it means. It means Sriman Narayana enhances the fame of the devotees in the world. He glorifies devotees in this world. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. That means Sriman Narayana glorifies the devotees in this world. He enhances the name and fame of the devotees in this world. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Lōkānāṁ. Loka means the world. Lōkānāṁ, it's a plural. Loka means one, singular. Lōkānāṁ means plural, multiple lokas. Because there are ananta koti brahmandas, multiple, innumerable number of universes are there. Lōkānāṁ. Kirti. Kirti means name and fame. Yashassu, Kirti, these are all same. Vardhanam means to increase. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. One who enhances the name and fame of the people in the world. Not the material world itself, but the people in the world. Okay? lōkanāthaṁ, Lord of all the lords. lōkanāthaṁ. The word Natha means like master, husband, the Lord. Okay? lōkanāthaṁ, Lord of all the lords. mahadbhūtaṁ, the great and wondrous being. Mahat. Mahat means great. Bhutam means a person. You can say a person. Bhutam means a person. Mahadbhūtaṁ, the greatest person. Okay, the greatest of all. The last one, sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam, the source of the origin and existence of all beings. sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. Sarvabhūta, all the jivas. Bhava. Bhava means birth and death. It means birth and death. He is the Udbhavam means he is the source. He is the source of the birth and death of all the jivas. Sarvabhūta Bhava Udbhavam. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all the causes. He is the cause of all causes. Sarvabhūta Bhavōdbhavam. So, is this clear to everybody? So, online, somebody, if you want to. Okay, so who can read the meaning of all these things? Aparna, can you read the meaning of all these words and the English translation? I'll share the screen again. Aparna, you there? Okay, somebody else.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sarita.
Yeah. Each word, Prabhuji.
Each word.
brahmaṇyaṁ, protector of Dharma, devoted to Brahman. sarvadharmajñaṁ, knower of all dharmas. lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam, one who enhances the fame of the worlds. lōkanāthaṁ, Lord of all worlds. mahadbhūtaṁ, the great and wondrous being. sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam, the source of the origin and existence of all beings.
All beings. Okay. So we'll take a short 5-minute break. There is a Naivedyam Bhoga offering is happening. Okay, we'll be right back.
Yes.
ఇది వాల్యూమ్ సరిగా రావట్లేదు. అదే ఇట్లా కొడితే బాగానే వస్తుంది కానీ వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు సరిగా. యా గోవింద. క్లాస్ చెప్తాను అంతే సేమ్ అలాగే వస్తుంది. అదే ఏదో సంథింగ్ ఆ బటన్ కూడా ప్రెస్ అవ్వట్లేదు. యా ఓకే, సో వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్. So we started discussing about this shloka from Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram, Sloka number 13. brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Let's repeat.
lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
Okay, so in the other slide we discussed the meaning of each of the words, right? So without looking at the meaning, now let's try to understand. Okay, brahmaṇyaṁ, what does it mean?
Parabrahma.
He is the Parabrahma, he is the supreme.
Protector of, protector of all dharmas.
Protector of all dharmas, yeah. So in simple words, use the word, you remember the word supreme. brahmaṇyaṁ means he is the supreme. sarvadharmajñaṁ,
knower of all dharmas.
knower of all the dharmas. Okay, whenever you see the word ña, kritagña, sarvajña, that means knower. Kritagña means one who knows the action done by somebody else, one who knows the favor or help done by others, that is kritagña. Okay, lōkānāṁ, lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam, what does that mean?
Who enhances the fame of the devotees or fame of the world.
Okay, who glorifies the devotees in the world. Next one, lōkanāthaṁ,
Lord of all lords.
Lord of all lords. mahadbhūtaṁ,
Greatest of
great
all.
person, greatest of all. sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam,
He is the source of origin and for all beings.
yeah, he is the source of all beings. Yeah, source of existence of all beings. Yes. Now this verse in simple format, it discusses the cosmology known as Vedic cosmology or Bhagavata cosmology. Okay, so what is cosmology? Cosmology is the study of discussing and understanding about the cosmos. What is the origin of this cosmos, and and what will happen to this cosmos in the end? What are the different phases the cosmos goes through during its sustenance? So study of all these things is cosmology. Now there are two types of cosmology: scientific cosmology and Vedic cosmology. Astronomy, yeah. In other words, astronomy, yeah. So scientific cosmology means scientists believe that the entire world or the entire creation came from Big Bang. Okay? Which doesn't make sense. Okay? So they are wrong. They are completely wrong. So such a beautiful creation, such a beautiful world with beautiful people in it cannot originate from Big Bang. So that scientific cosmology is completely wrong. So what is the Vedic cosmology? Vedic cosmology tells that Sriman Narayana or Sri Krishna Bhagavan is the cause of all causes. Sarva karana karanam. In Brahma Samhita also, Brahma says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadhiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. That Govinda is the Sarva Karana Karanam. That Govinda is the Sarva Karana Karanam. Now here, the main difference between scientific cosmology and Vedic cosmology is that scientific cosmology, they try to understand the creation or the origin of this entire creation from a particular point of time in the past, in the history. Let's say the Big Bang. Okay, it happened, let's say 1 billion years ago. Okay, I'm just throwing some number. It's not exactly 1 billion years ago, but let's say it happened 1 billion years ago. That means there is a point of reference that's called chronological. That means before that point or before that date. Now scientists, they can come up with a date, calendar date for that particular day when the Big Bang was created. Okay? That is called chronological. That means in the material world, we understand things in a chronological way. That means first something happened. Then after that, what happened? Subsequent to that, what happened? One by one, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. This is called chronological. For example, on March 1st, what happened? March 2nd, what happened? March 3rd, what happened? March 10th, March 20th, March 30th. So this is called chronological. Chronology means following the sequential days or sequential calendar days and understanding something. So our birth and our life and our death in this material world, that can be explained chronologically. For example, all of us, we have date of birth and we live for 60, 70 years. And at the end, we'll answer. Kirtana is smiling. Or maybe 100 years, let's say. Okay? Now you are happy. And when we leave from this world, we'll have a death date. Okay, right now we have birth date of birth. And when we leave, we'll have date of death. So this is called chronology. Explaining things in a chronological way. But the creation cannot be explained in a chronological way. That's why the word ontological. That's why the word ontological. Ontological means it's not based on some sequential number of days. It's not based on the calendar days. You cannot say, oh, what happened first? What was there first? You cannot say like that. So this is all cyclic. This is all cyclic. The creation is created, maintained, destructed, and then again it is created, maintained, destructed, created, maintained, destructed. It's a loop. It's a cyclic process. So in the spiritual world, it is ontological. The word that we have to use is ontological. So Kirtana, on Google, look up the meaning for the word ontological and let's try to read the correct definition. So chronology, everyone understood, right? Chronology means sequential. March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd, like that. So you're describing the series of events based on the calendar days. But spiritual world, it's not like that. It's ontological. You got it?
Ontological refers to the branch of metaphysics dealing with the nature of being, existence, or the reality. It describes the questions concerning what entities exist and how they are classified. And here it also says it is like considering whether a virtual avatar is truly real is an ontological question. The ontological argument for God's existence claims that the very concept of a supreme being implies that it must exist.
Okay.
It tries to explain the nature of existence.
Tries to explain the nature of existence.
Aspects is to inquire the nature of existence.
Yeah. So one thing I can guarantee. See, chronology, everyone understands. Ontological, or the word ontology, even if you read 100 times, go to Google, do some research, whatever you do, when you read, it appears like you are understanding it. But later on, when you go home, after 10 days, 1 month, you will not understand anything. Okay? Because this concept is very vague. It's abstract. Ontology, ontological, it's very abstract. So, in simple words, what you have to understand is?
This is very easy. The question thing, when it happened and what is this thing?
Chronological, right? Yeah.
Difference between both.
Yeah. So, chronological is,
It is when
you're
did
talking
it
about this one?
The question, when did this happen, is chronology, and ontology is what is this thing?
What is this thing? Okay. So, here is a clear or easy way to remember the difference between chronology and ontology.
For chronological thing to say, we need ontology to have first, because we can't say when it happened without knowing what it is.
Yeah. So in chronology, we can say, when did this happen? When were you born? Like that. But in ontological discussion or in spiritual realm, we cannot ask that question also. When did this happen? Okay, because it is eternal. This process is going on. It's cyclic. It happens again. So what makes sense to ask is, what is this? What is this? What is this? Or who is the cause of this creation? Who created it? It is wrong to ask when was this created? Asking a question like, when was this created? When did this creation happen? That's a wrong question. The correct question is, who created this, and how did this creation happen? Okay, very good. I think that's a good way of understanding it. Okay, even if you did not understand, that's okay. Just ignore. Okay, so now brahmaṇyaṁ, the absolute, who is the supreme, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. Now let's understand the meaning of each of these words. We discussed the word-to-word meaning, but let's go little more deeper into it and understand. Brahmaṇyaṁ, the absolute. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, mataḥ parataram nānyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. 7.7, chapter 7, Sloka number 7, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna tells that mataḥ parataram na anyat. There is no one superior to me. Parataram, that means above and beyond. There is no one above and beyond me. That means he is the supreme. He is the absolute truth. He is the absolute supreme truth. There is nobody beyond him. That means whoever is there in the creation, including Brahma, Shiva, or Vishnu, everybody, they are all under him. So that Krishna Bhagavan is the ultimate truth. Mataḥ parataram na anyat. Na anyat means there is nobody else who is above me. Mai sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. And Krishna tells that I exist or I maintain this entire creation like a thread in a necklace. Let's say there is a pearl necklace. What you see outside are the different pearls. but you don't see the thread that is connecting all these pearls. So that thread is Krishna. And the pearls are different planets, different people in the planets, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all those things, all the other avatars. Okay? But it is that, that Krishna, or the expansion of Krishna as Sriman Narayana, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, in these forms, different forms, he is maintaining the entire universe. Like a sutra. Sutra means what? Thread. Sutra is the thread. Sutra Mani Gana Iva. Mani means the pearls. Mani Gana, that means the group of pearls. Sutre Mani Gana Iva. So Krishna is maintaining or connecting all these dots using a thread. Krishna is the thread. So he is the absolute. And that absolute has three aspects: Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. Our God realization can be achieved in three aspects. Our God can be understood in three different aspects. What are the three different aspects of God? Bhagavan, which is the highest form, that Shamasundara, two-handed Shamasundara form holding a flute, is the topmost and highest form of God. That is the highest realization of God. And one level below that is Paramatma realization. That Paramatma who is present in everybody. That is the second level of realization. Third level of realization is Brahman. Brahman is the effulgence. The effulgence coming from Krishna. The effulgence or light coming from Bhagavan is Brahman. So what are the three aspects? Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. So this is described in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Vadanti tat tattvavidas brahmeti paramatmeti Bhagavan iti shabdyate. Vadanti tattva tatvidas. All the Vedantas, the scholarly people, they describe that Bhagavan has three aspects: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti shabdyate. Brahmeti, Brahma iti, Paramatma iti, Bhagavan iti. That means these are the three different aspects of God. Okay. So that's about the first word here, brahmaṇyaṁ. Is it clear to everybody? Online?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Next one. Sarvadharmajñaṁ. Sarvadharmajñaṁ is the... Okay, I think I have a slide for each of these things actually. Yeah. So here it is beautifully explained about the word brahmaṇyaṁ, or the Brahman, absolute foundation. Absolute foundation. Just like this building, it has the roof, it has the ceiling, it has the pillars, walls, it has the floor, and then if you go all the way to the bottom, what do you see? You see the foundation. That is absolute. Beyond that, you don't see anything else. Okay? Absolute. Just like that, for example, I can tell my name, I can tell my father's name, I can tell my grandfather's name, I can tell my great-grandfather's name. So like that, all the way up to Brahma, and then all the way up to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the absolute truth. So this is like root cause analysis. Root cause analysis, RCA. In software we have this root cause analysis, right? RCA. So if you start with what is known to you, you will know what is not known to you. Okay, this process is called Chandra Shaka Nyaya. In Sanskrit, there is something called a Chandra Shaka Nyaya. Like if you want to show the moon to a 1-year-old child, a 2-year-old child, you ask the child, can you see the beautiful moon up in the sky? The child may not be able to see actually. Okay, because the child doesn't have that ability to perceive a distant object like that. Then what will the mother do? Mother will use a process called as Chandra Shaka Nyaya. Chandra means moon, Shaka means the branch of a tree, Nyaya means logic. So mother will use a logic called as Chandra Shaka Nyaya. So the mother will take the child near a tree and she will ask the child, do you see the tree? See, in the first place, when the mother asks the child, do you see that beautiful moon there? The child will say, no, I cannot see. Where is the moon? I cannot see. Then the mother will take the child to a tree. The child can see the tree, right? Because the tree is very near. The child can hold the tree, touch it, feel it, see it. The mother will ask the child to look at the tree. And the mother will ask, do you see the tree? Child will say yes. Now mother will ask the child to look at the branch of a tree. The child will say, yes, I see the branch. The mother will ask the child to see another branch below it. The child will say, yes, I see the other branch also. The child is seeing two branches, the branch above, the branch below. And now the mother will ask the child to see in between the branches and see through the gap in between the two branches. The child will be able to see now, because using the two references, those two branches are the reference frames. Using those two reference frames, the child can see in the middle of the branches. And whatever is there, whatever the child can see in the middle of the branches, child can. So like that, this is Chandra Shaka Nyaya. That means knowing the unknown using the known as the reference. So like I know my name, I know my father's name, my grandfather, great-grandfather, all the way up to Brahma, all the way up to Krishna. So here a beautiful point is mentioned on this slide. He is the canvas. He is not the paint. He is the canvas. Krishna or Sriman Narayana, he is the canvas. The canvas is the absolute platform. That's the absolute foundation. On the canvas, you can paint anything. You can erase it. Still the canvas remains. Even if you erase the paint, the canvas will still remain. And you paint another new painting, still the canvas remains. So the canvas is holding. It's the basic absolute foundation and the cause of the painting. Without the canvas, there's no painting. Okay? brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ. Sarvadharmajñaṁ means knower of all the dharmas. Knower of all the dharmas. Now, how many dharmas are there? There are so many dharmas. But all the dharmas, they can be classified into three categories. The dharmas that will help us to lead a happy life in this material world. And second category is the dharma that helps us to go to higher planetary system like Svargaloka, Satyaloka and so on. Third category of dharma, that dharma which helps us to go to spiritual world. So material world, Svargaloka, Bhuloka, Svargaloka and Adhyatmika Loka. The goal of everybody is to be happy. So the first category of dharma tells us how to be happy in Bhuloka. Second category of dharma tells us how to be happy in Svargaloka, or how to reach Svargaloka and how to be happy in Svargaloka. Third category of dharma is how to go to Adhyatmika Loka and how to be happy in Adhyatmika Loka. So these are the three categories of dharmas. Now there are, within the material world, when we are living in the material world and when we are dealing with people in the material world, there are different dharmas like Stri Dharma, Kula Dharma, Varna Dharma, Rajya Dharma. Like that there are so many dharmas. In the in the beginning, before before Yudhishthira asked the 6 questions, what happened? Bhishma first explained all the different dharmas to Yudhishthira, how to rule the kingdom properly. No, even before that. Vaishampayana uvacha. What does he say, Vaishampayana? Shrutva dharmana sheshena pavanani cha dharma sarvashah Yudhishthira shantanavam punarevabhyabhashata. So the first line in that sloka is Shrutva dharman asheshena. Shrutva means having heard. Dharma, the dharma. Asheshena means unlimited number of dharmas. Shrutva dharman asheshena. So before starting Vishnu Sahasra Nāma, Bhishma explained so many different dharmas to Yudhishthira in 24,000 slokas. So when we are living in the material world, we have different dharmas. If you are a mother, you have a certain type of dharma to take care of the children nicely, to raise the children with God consciousness. Mother or father, any parent. And if you are a teacher, you have some dharma. If you are a kshatriya, you have the dharma to protect people. If you are a vaishya, your dharma is to do business, to do cow protection, like this, or to do vyavasaya, farming. And if you are a brahmana, your dharma is to spread the knowledge, to spread the spiritual knowledge, to propagate spiritual knowledge, and also to worship the Lord. Okay, archana. So like that, different people have different dharmas to live in the material world. And these are all temporary. All these kula dharma, varna dharma, stri dharma, raja dharma, these are all temporary. They'll make us live happily in this material world. And there is something called as paradharma. The first one I explained is aparadharma. Aparadharma means para is higher. Apara is something that is not higher. Okay? Para, apara. Apara dharma is what are the different duties. Dharma in simple words means duty. What are the different duties that we have to execute while we are still living in the material world? For example, you are a student. No, you are no longer a student. Okay? So let's say you are a student. So you have certain duty to study well and to graduate. And then after you graduate, now you have another duty to work in your occupational duty, software engineer, or a teacher, that's a different duty, parent, that's a different duty, like that. So these duties are called apara dharma. Apara, that means not higher. And then higher duty is devotion, devotional service. That is our higher duty. To perform devotional service to Sriman Narayana, that is the higher duty, or the highest actually. That is the highest duty, para dharma. Para, apara. So
People living in the material world, doing their own daily duties in their life, comes under apara dharma. But the people who do puja and all, do they come under the highest dharma? Because they do the pujas and all to the God.
Yeah.
So we and they are different, although we live in the same material world.
Yeah, that's a good question. So Kirtana, she's asking a very intelligent, beautiful question. So she's saying that if a brahmana or a pujari, let's say, he is worshipping the Lord, he is doing archana to the Lord in the temple directly. And let's say a vaishya who is doing business or cow protection or farming. So are these two duties different? Are these two classes of people completely different? Are these two duties different? In one sense, these two duties are aparadharma only. Okay? But the same duty, if it is executed with God consciousness, a Vaishya who is doing cow protection, if he is doing that as an offering to God, if he is doing cow protection, go rakshana, with God consciousness, then that can become paradharma. Then that can become the highest dharma, paradharma. And the same pujari, who is doing archana in the temple. So, in the initial stage, when the consciousness of the pujari is not so great, then is not so developed. Okay, then it is aparadharma. But the same pujari, if he does that same activity of archana with proper consciousness, with proper God consciousness, then the same activity can be considered as paradharma. Because when you go to spiritual world, what we will do? We will do the same thing. We will do worship. And in Goloka, we do Gorakshana also. In Vrindavan, Krishna, what does Krishna do? Flute and Gorakshana. Okay? Yeah, he steals butter from gopis' homes. But every day, from morning till evening, what does he do? Gorakshana. Okay? So if a Vaishya in this material world is doing Gorakshana, and gradually when he is elevated through the bhakti sadhana, when he is elevated and goes to spiritual world, there also he will do Gorakshana. Along with Krishna, he will do that. Here he is doing alone, but when he goes to spiritual world, he will join the party of Krishna and do Gorakshana. Every day morning, they'll take the cows along with Krishna. They'll take the cows to the grazing field. So and then they will clean the cow dung, everything. Ikkadaina ade, akkadaina ade. So the same activity can be the same aparadharma can become paradharma as we gradually elevate ourselves. Okay. So this is something about different dharmas. So he is the knower of all the dharmas, sarvadharmajñaṁ. But how does he know about all the dharmas? Which university did he go and study? He is the one who created. Yeah, Dharmakrit. In Vishnu Sahasra Nāma, later towards the end, there is another Sloka. Dharmakrit dharmi sadaksharamataksharam avijñāta sahasramshu vidhāta krita lakshanaha. Dharmakrit. He is the creator of Dharma in the form of Bhagavad Gita. In the form of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, he created Dharma. Or all the Vedas come from him. The Vedas describe Dharma in great detail. And the same Dharma, or the same Vedas, the essence of them is given in Bhagavad Gita. So he is Dharmakrit. Because he is the creator of Dharma, he is the knower of the Dharma. For example, a teacher who is preparing the question paper for the MSET exam. Because he is the creator, he knows what are the questions are there. So like that, he is the creator of Dharma. That's why he is sarvadharmajña. Brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ. Sarvadharmajñaṁ. So these two words are clear. Yeah? Now next time when you recite Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram, it should be very clear in your mind. Brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ. Next. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. So Bhagavan, the purpose of Bhagavan when he appears in the material world, his purpose is to glorify the devotees. His purpose is to glorify the devotees. We can see that in the example of Bhishma Dev. When Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was confused. After the Kurukshetra war happened, and Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king. He was about to be coronated as the king. Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was confused. Am I the cause of the death of all these millions of people? And he became very morose. He did not want to sit on the throne. Then several people counseled him. Nobody was able to pacify him. Even Krishna himself tried pacifying him. He could not succeed.
And also Krishna in his heart who is making him feel this.
Yes. The Krishna who is outside, standing in front of him, he is teaching something saying that you are not the cause of the death of all these people. They are all eternal. Don't worry about it. Don't feel morose. Sit on the throne. Be happy. Enjoy. And that same Krishna who is inside Yudhishthira as Paramatma, what did he say? Don't listen. Don't listen to this Krishna. He is a cheater. He's a butter thief. Don't trust in his words. So out of his, using some strategy, he, even though he could convince Yudhishthira, but he did not convince. Why?
He wanted to have it in a different way.
He wanted to give that opportunity of convincing Yudhishthira to Bhishma Dev, who is his devotee. Now by doing this, Krishna is glorifying Bhishma Dev. Now till today, every day, in every part of the world, somebody is reciting Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram. And somebody is remembering Bhishma Dev. Somebody is glorifying Bhishma Dev every second. Right? Every second. Right now, for example, when it becomes night here, we will be sleeping. And then there are people in different parts of the world who are awake and who are reciting Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotra. Like that, just imagine how beautiful it is. Every second, some part of the world, somebody is reciting Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotra. That means the glory of Bhishma Dev is always glorified every second. Every second. So, kīrtivardhanam. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. He glorifies the name and fame of the devotees. Okay? And Arjuna also. In Bhagavad Gita, what did Krishna say in 11th chapter after showing Vishwarupa Darshana? Krishna said, Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrum bhungshva rajyam suranam mayaivaite vihita purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavyasachi. Krishna says, I have already killed all these people. I have already killed all these Kauravas. Now you just get up, take the bow Gandiva in your hand and pretend as if you are fighting. Because I have already killed them. You don't have to do much work. It's very easy. I made it very easy for you. You don't have to do a lot of hard work. But you just get up, pick up the bow Gandiva, pretend as if you are fighting, and you take the credit. Jitva shatrum bhungshva rajyam suranam. Bhungshva means enjoy. Bhungshva is more connected to eating. Okay? Bhojanam, bhujinchadam antar kada. So alaga, bhungshva means you enjoy the kingdom. You enjoy the kingdom. Krishna is doing all the work and he is giving the credit to the devotees. So lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. Can somebody give another example of lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam where Krishna gave credit to his devotees? Prahlada. How? How, Prahlada? Anyone online? Give me an example. Now I discussed two examples. One example where Bhishma or Krishna glorified Bhishma. Another example, how Krishna glorified Arjuna. Give me another example so that we understand this word lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam properly.
Prabhuji, Gajendra Stuti would be that.
Gajendra Stuti. How?
So where, he's singing that, as a glory. Would that be an example?
Yeah,
As
definitely. From Prahlada Charitam and Gajendra Moksha Leela, Gajendra is glorified and Prahlada is glorified. But I'm looking for an example where Krishna has done everything, but he is giving the credit to his devotees. In Kurukshetra war, Krishna killed all the Kauravas by himself. But externally, it will appear as if Arjuna is killing them. Okay? In the beginning, when Arjuna did not want to fight, Krishna said, if you are not ready for fighting, I will find somebody else. I have already killed them. If you want to become instrument, pick up the bow Gandiva and pretend as if you are killing them and you enjoy the kingdom. So like that, an example where Krishna has done everything, but giving the credit to the devotees. That will be the homework. Okay? That will be the homework. Throughout the week, meditate upon this. And if you get the answer, you send me a message or we can discuss in the next class. Okay? I know some people cannot sleep. Excuse me. Some people cannot sleep without. No, I have it. Yeah. They cannot sleep without knowing the answer. It's good. It's good not to sleep, but meditate on Krishna. Meditate on this answer. Okay. So, lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. So, how many words did we know so far now? 3. brahmaṇyaṁ, sarvadharmajñaṁ, lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. These 3 words we have discussed. Next one. What's the 4th one? lōkanāthaṁ. He is the master of all the worlds. lōkanāthaṁ is also described here. The governing authority and structural integrity of the cosmos. Natha means master. The Lord, master. He is the master or the Lord of all the lokas. Or in other words, see, every loka has a master. For example, who is the master of this universe? Brahma. Every universe has a Brahma. Brahma is the topmost personality in every loka. And who is the master of all these lokas? That is Sriman Narayana. Because from Sriman Narayana, Anantakoti Brahmanda will originate. That's why he is known as Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaka. Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaka. He is the leader. Nayaka means leader, the master. He is the leader, Nayaka of Anantakoti Brahmanda. Innumerable number of universes. lōkanāthaṁ. There's a beautiful song, right? Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaka Rajadi Raja Yogi Raja. That Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaka, that Rajadi Raja, Yogi Raja is Krishna. But we see that these words are used in Sai Baba Bharati. Yeah. Big words. Yeah. So, but the actual Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaka, actual Rajadi Raja, Yogi Raja is Sriman Narayana. Yeah. In the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 18.78, Sanjaya, what does he say? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna The same shloka in Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram also. Sanjaya uvacha yatra yogeshwara Krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha tatra shrir vijayo bhutir dhruva nitir matir mama. Yogeshwara. That means he is the king of all the yogis, of all the yogas. He is the master of all the yogas. Yogi Raja, Rajadi Raja, Yogi Raja. So lōkanāthaṁ. Next, fifth one, mahadbhūtaṁ. He is the greatest personality. Why he is the greatest personality? Mahadbhūtaṁ. Mahat means great. Bhutam means the person, the jiva. He is the greatest jiva of all. Why? Because he is the one who always exists. He is the one who exists before the creation of the material world, who exists during the sustenance of material world, and he exists even after the destruction of the material world. That's why he is special. He is a great person. He is the greatest of all. You know?
He is the canvas, he is not the paint.
He is the canvas. Very good. That's a good example. Okay? The same canvas you can use to paint different paintings. And you erase one painting, draw another thing, or don't draw anything. Still the canvas remains all the time. That's why canvas is mahadbhūtaṁ. Canvas is mahadbhūtaṁ. The great person. Is there a slide for mahadbhūtaṁ? Yes. He is a great element. The scientists are calling this as black hole. That's why AI used this black hole here. Beyond material measurement. Okay, why he is called a great person? Because he is beyond material measurement. We cannot understand with our material senses. We cannot understand how great he is. We cannot understand how tall he is. We cannot understand how how much is the power of Supreme Person. We cannot understand his gunas because they are infinite. They are anantam. We cannot understand him. His names are anantam. His gunas are anantam. Everything about him is anantam. That's why he is mahadbhūtaṁ. While Dharma and Loka describe the knowable mechanical universe, mahadbhūtaṁ acknowledges the fundamental, irreducible or indestructible mystery at the core of existence. Okay? Mahadbhūtaṁ. Can somebody tell another word related to mahadbhūtaṁ that we discussed in the previous shlokas? In the previous one or two shlokas, we discussed another word that is same as mahadbhūtaṁ. Purusham avyayam. Purusham avyayam. Which shloka is that?
11th sloka.
What is the line?
Tameva charchayan nityam bhaktyā
Purusham avyayam. Tameva charchayan nityam bhaktyā purusham avyayam. Purusham avyayam. Avyayam means indestructible. One who imperishable, indestructible, one who never destroys. Okay, so here's mahadbhūtaṁ is also same.
Purushottamam also same, right?
What is that?
Purushottamam.
Purushottama, yes. Yeah, that is also same meaning. Purusham avyayam, purushottamam, purushottama, mahadbhūtaṁ. These are all the same. Next, sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. Sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. Sarva, all universe. Bhuta, the beings. And ante jiva anamata. Bhuta ante jiva. Bhava, state of existence. Bhava means that phase between birth and death is called bhava. Between birth and death, that is called bhava. It also includes birth and death. So that entire cycle, birth and then the life in between birth and death, and then the death finally. So this is bhava. This entire thing is called bhava. That means Sriman Narayana, he is the cause of the birth, he is the cause of the sustenance, and he is the cause of destruction. How he is the cause of sustenance? We know that he is the cause of birth, and we know how he is the cause of death also. But how he is the cause of sustenance or maintenance? What is the word for that? From Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram. How Sriman Narayana is the cause of the maintenance or the sustenance. Because that is what bhava means. Bhava means state of existence. So how is he maintaining that? How is he maintaining our existence? How is he maintaining our existence? One word. Yeah, what is the word for that? So he maintains the existence by entering into each and every atom. That is correct. But what is the word for that?
I didn't get the question.
So sarvabhūta,
Sarvavyapi.
sarvavyapi. Yeah, what is the word for that?
Omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent.
Okay. But from Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram, what is the word for that?
Sarvabhūta nivasosi.
Sarvabhūta nivasosi. Okay. Sarvabhūta nivasosi. Yes, that is also correct.
Avikaraya.
Not avikaraya. Vishnu. Yeah, Vishnu. Simple word, Vishnu. Vishnu means what? All pervading. Sarvam vyapnoti iti Vishnuhu. Sarvam vyapnoti iti Vishnuhu. By pervading throughout this universe, by entering into each and every atom of the universe, he is maintaining everything. Okay? That is sarvabhūtabhava. Sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. Sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. The ultimate source from which the state of existence for all living beings originates. So oftentimes we get this question, right? What is first? Is the tree first or the seed of the tree first? What's the answer? Very difficult question. $1 million question. Okay, let's ask these two people. What is first? Tree first or seed first? I know it's lunchtime, that's why some food for thought. What is first? Seed. Where did the seed come from? Seed giver is Vishnu. Okay.
Seed is so small.
Yeah.
Krishna can easily create that.
Yeah.
He is very big.
So oftentimes we get this question, right? Did the tree create the seed or seed create the tree? The correct answer is Krishna or Sriman Narayana is that personality who created both the tree and the seed. So he is the cause of both the tree and the seed.
The
Now, if you want to understand without connection with God, which is first, tree or seed, we will never be able to understand. Because without seed, tree cannot come. Without tree, seed cannot come.
This is ontological.
This is ontological. Very good. Yeah. Very good. This is not chronological. Chronologically, if we say, when did the seed come? That's the question, right? Chronologically, we have to ask, when did the seed come from the tree? Or when did this tree fructify from the seed? That's the question. So we can never understand that. So we have to come to ontological world. And we have to understand who created both the tree and the seed. How did the tree and seed come into existence? That is Sriman sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. The ultimate source from which the state of existence for all living beings. Okay? Now this doesn't look like, looking at these slides, it doesn't look like Vishnu Sahasra Nāma Stotram class. It looks like physics class. Looks like physics class. They all look like, everything him only, yes. The material science, spiritual science, everything about him only. Now this all looks like magnetic particles diffused. Yeah. Okay, now this is too complicated. Don't even look at this. This verse flawlessly balances states of pure being with the dynamic action, bringing the scale from a single living entity into the infinite void. Okay. Now this is something we'll focus for 1 or 2 minutes, and if we have time, we'll go to the next shloka. So here, this is the life cycle we discussed right in the beginning. In ontological world, it is cyclic. Okay, something is created, maintained, destroyed, and then again it is created, maintained, destroyed. It's a loop. So here, so look at this sphere first. Look at this sphere first. That means the worlds are created. Produces the worlds. And then the world, when the worlds are produced, how are the worlds produced, by the way? When Mahavishnu breathes, when he exhales, Anantakoti Brahmandas come out. When he inhales, Anantakoti Brahmandas enter into him. Okay? And then what happens? After the Brahmandas are created, what happens? Then the Brahmandas are maintained by the laws. There are some governing laws. There are some universal laws that are governing the movement of the different planets in their orbits. These are the universal laws. And then there are karmic laws. Punya karma, papa karma, all these things. What happens when you do good things? What happens when you do bad things? Papam, punyam. These are all karmic laws. There are universal laws that govern the different planets and their movement. And there are karmic laws that govern the movement of the people. Okay? So these are like driving laws. DMV, when you want to learn driving, right? You go through the DMV law book. Okay? So it is like that, governing the laws. So what is the word for this first sphere here from the shloka? lōkanāthaṁ. Yeah, he is the master of the worlds. Okay? And also brahmaṇyaṁ. Because he is the supreme, right? He is the supreme, from him everything comes. And because everything comes from him, he is the master of the lokas. And when the laws are created, when everything is controlled and governed by the laws, that is sarvadharmajña. Okay? He is the maintainer of the dharmas. He is the knower of the dharma. He is the maintainer of the dharma. Okay? And in Ramavatara, he is executing the dharma by himself personally. Okay, dharmanusthana paratpara. Next, the third sphere. As the people are living in the material world, the first one is material worlds are created, then the laws are created, and the laws are governing the movement of the planets and the people. And the third sphere here, the third one is glorification of the devotees. As the devotees are adhering to the laws, they are leading a dharmic life, then their glory is enhanced. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. So these are all interconnected. This whole thing is interconnected. Lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam. As the devotees in the world, they are following dharma and leading a dharmic way of life, then they are glorified. And the people who violate the dharma, they suffer, they are punished. Okay. Next, fourth one, returning to the mystery. Mystery means the spiritual world, basically mahadbhūtaṁ. Going back to that mahadbhūtaṁ, that Mahavishnu. After annihilation, when everything is destroyed, all of us will go into Mahavishnu's tummy. And eventually, when we are liberated, we'll go to spiritual world. Okay. So returning to the mystery, or returning to spiritual world, basically. So when devotees are following dharmic way of life, they get liberated and go to spiritual world. Otherwise, when they are sent into the tummy of Mahavishnu, then what happens? They are created again. Sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. So this is a cycle. Sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam, brahmaṇyaṁ. First brahmaṇyaṁ. Brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. Six qualities here. The previous shloka, 4 qualities, and in this shloka, 6 qualities. So total dasha guna. Okay. Next, we can do one more shloka. Sloka number 14. Okay. So online people, is everything clear about shloka number 13?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay, good. Shloka number 14. Esha me sarvadharmāṇaṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. This is the dharma which I consider to be the highest of all dharma. That one should always worship the lotus-eyed Lord with devotion and hymns. Hymns means stotrams, mantras, stotrams, names. Now here, Bhishma Dev is answering another question of Yudhishthira. What is that question? Ko dharma sarvadharmāṇāṁ. Ko dharma sarvadharmāṇāṁ. I think that is the first line of Yudhishthira Maharaj's question, right? No. Second shloka, first line. First shloka is Kimekam daivatam loke kim vapyekam parayanam stuvantakam kamarchantam prapnuyurmanava shubham. And the next shloka? Ko dharma sarvadharmāṇaṁ bhavata paramo mataḥ kim japan muchyate jantur janma samsara bandhanāt. So the first line of second shloka is the question. Ko dharma sarvadharmāṇāṁ bhavata paramo mataḥ. Ko dharma sarvadharmāṇāṁ bhavata paramo mataḥ. Which is that highest dharma? Which is that highest dharma? So here Bhishma Dev is answering that question. By the way, in the last two shlokas, shloka number 13 and 12, which question Bhishma Dev answered? Stuvan. Stuvantakam. Stuvantakam. Who should we praise? We should praise Sriman Narayana because he has those 10 qualities. What are those 10 qualities? Anadhinidanam Vishnu sarvaloka maheshwaram lōkādhyakṣaṁ stuvan nityam sarvadukkātigo bhavet brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam lōkanādam mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam. These are the 10 qualities. Because Sriman Narayana has these 10 qualities, we should praise him. Okay? That is Stuvantakam. Now this is, what is the highest dharma? Bhishma Dev is saying, this is the dharma which I consider to be the highest of all. What is that dharma? That worship the lotus-eyed Lord with devotion. That is the dharma. This is paradharma, the highest dharma. The highest dharma of all is to worship puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ. To worship puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ. So everything has dharma. In simple words, dharma means nature. What is the nature of sugar? Sweet. What is the nature of salt? Salt. Right? What is the nature of mango? Raw mango. Tangy. Huh? Like tamarind, mango is tangy. Huh? So like that, everything has nature. The nature of a flower is fragrant. Similarly, our nature, our eternal nature as a spirit soul, our eternal nature is to do devotional service, to do bhakti, okay, to Sriman Narayana, to Sri Krishna. So that's what Bhishma Dev is saying here. Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. Bhaktyā, with bhakti. Stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. Let's look at the word for word meaning here. Okay. Stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. Stava means, again the praising. Stuti. Stava means stuti. Archana means worshipping. Worshipping with stuti. Now when the pujari is worshipping the Lord, when they are doing arati, right? When they are doing ashtottara or when they are doing arati, what do? They sing. They sing some stotram, some mantras, some namas. Nara, people or the persons, sada, always. So worshipping that puṇḍarīkākṣa is our eternal dharma. Performing devotional service to that puṇḍarīkākṣa is the eternal dharma. Now what is the meaning of this puṇḍarīkākṣa here? Puṇḍarīka means white lotus. White lotus. Puṇḍarīka. White lotus. There are different lotuses in different colors, different lotuses bloom in different times of the day. Some lotuses, they only bloom during the day. Some lotuses, they bloom in the night time. For some lotuses, they need sun. For some lotuses, they need moon. For example, Kamala or Padma, it's a red lotus. For that red lotus, it's a day blooming lotus. We need sun for that. Only when there is sun, the red lotus will bloom. And when it becomes dark, the petals of the red lotus, they close. And Nilotpala, that's a blue lotus. Blue lotus is a night blooming lotus. When the moon is there, then the blue lotus blooms. Like that Puṇḍarīka is a white lotus. Because the eyes, especially the eyeballs, right? Eyeballs, they are white in color. That's why they are compared to, the eyes of Sriman Narayana are compared to Puṇḍarīka, white lotus. In Tamil Nadu region, there is a temple, puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ temple. Puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ temple. Okay? It's one of the Divya Deshams. It's one of the 108 Divya Deshams. What is a Divya Desham, by the way? Divya Desham. In simple words, it's a divine place. But why that? What's special about these 108 Divya Deshams? Because these are everybody knows about Divya Deshams, right? In Tamil Nadu, Kerala region, there are 108 holy places, Punya Kshetras, which are called as Divya Deshams. Okay? Like Srirangam, this puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ temple. Like that, there are 108 important temples. These are called Divya Deshams because the Alvars, they sang stotrams in all these places. So if an Alvar goes to a temple and sings some stotrams, like for example, Kulshekara Alvar, he went to some temple and recited Mukundamala Stotra. Now that place is called some Divya Desham. Like that, different Alvars, they went to different temples and they sang stotrams of the Lord. That's why they became Divya Deshams. Now, oftentimes we simply take them as some temples. Divya Desham means some temples. But if you want to understand it precisely and clearly, Divya Desham means the place where Alvars sang some stotrams. They composed stotrams, they recited the stotrams. They are called Divya Deshams. For example, Tirupati is also one of the Divya Deshams because Annamacharya, he composed and he recited so many stotrams, Annamacharya Kirtanas. Bhadrachalam, Ramadasu, he composed so many stotrams and he recited. So like that, these are all Divya Deshams. Okay? So, because we are talking about the concept of Stuti, Stotram, Stuvan, that's why the Divya Deshams are given those names because the Alvars, the pure devotees of the Lord, they recited stotrams. So, Eshame, I think I have a different shloka here. Okay, copy paste error. Okay, so let's repeat this shloka. Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
There's one mistake on this shloka. Who can tell? It's a water break for me. Online people, what's the mistake on this shloka? There's one mistake on this shloka, on this screen. Shloka number 14. Very good, very attentive. Shloka number 14. Okay.
speak in this sloka, but not in the slide.
Oh, on the screen. Oh, first I said on the shloka. Okay, no, on the slide, on the screen. So, Esha me, this my sarvadharmāṇaṁ, among all dharmas, dharma adhikau mataḥ, the highest dharma. Mataḥ considered by me. Mataḥ means my opinion. In my opinion. You know, in corporate world also they'll say, right? In my opinion, according to me. In my opinion. I think so. I opine. Like that. Yat, that which. Bhaktyā, with devotion. puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ, the lotus-eyed Lord. Stavair arcennaraḥ, worships with praises. Nara sadā, a person always. Okay. So, can anybody sing this shloka? Kirtana?
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ yadbhaktya puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Shamla.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ yadbhaktya puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Anybody online would like to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
एष मे सर्वधर्माणां धर्मोऽधिकतमो मतः यद्भक्त्या पुण्डरीकाक्षं स्तवैरर्चेन्नरः सदा.
ఇక్కడ నా ఎదురుగా కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళ వాయిస్ కంటే ఎక్కడో బోతల నుంచి వచ్చిన వాయిస్ చాలా బాగా వినపడింది నాకు. ఎనీవన్ ఎల్స్?
ఏష మే సర్వధర్మాణాం ధర్మోధికతమో మతః యద్భక్త్యా పుండరీకాక్షం స్తవైర్నశ్చన్నరః సదా.
Very good. Okay, so now let's discuss something about this. So we are talking about the highest dharma. Yudhishthira Maharaj's question was, what is the highest dharma? When we are living in the material world, what is the highest dharma to observe? In simple words, devotion to the Supreme, or devotion to that puṇḍarīkākṣa is the highest dharma. Okay? Just like how dharma means nature, right? It's the intrinsic nature. Now, what is intrinsic nature? What is the meaning of the word intrinsic? Intrinsic. Intrinsic. Dharma means intrinsic nature. Now, what is the meaning of the word intrinsic?
Default nature.
Default. Okay, that is one good answer. There is something more about it. Intrinsic. It is already said. Okay. What else?
What dedication?
Inbuilt nature.
Inbuilt. Inka? Inka? Intrinsic.
Already existing nature.
Already existing. Yeah, default, already existing. Inka? Intrinsic.
Not to be changed.
Not to be changed.
Cannot be changed.
You're
by
close.
external factors.
Cannot be?
Changed by external factors.
It cannot be separated. It cannot be separated. Intrinsic means it cannot be separated. Like sugar and sweet. The nature of sugar is sweet. Can we separate sweet from the sugar? No. Like that, the dharma of a person is intrinsic nature. The devotional service to puṇḍarīkākṣa is our intrinsic nature. It cannot be separated. It is in our blood. It is in our each and every cell. నరాల్లో ఉందంటారు కదా, అంటే దాన్ని సపరేట్ చేయలేము ఇంకా. Intrinsic nature. So after hearing all different dharmas, Yudhishthira asked, what is the highest dharma by which I can attain the spiritual world? I can go back, I can attain the Shashvatananda. See, in Bhishma Dev, in 24,000 shlokas, all the different dharma that he explained. Using that, Yudhishthira Maharaj can attain some ananda in this material world, temporary ananda. But Bhishma Dev, Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to know how he can attain Shashvatananda. That Shashvatananda can be attained by performing this Uttama Dharma. Uttama Dharma or Adhika Dharma. That is devotional service to the Lord. Esha me sarvadharmāṇaṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Prabhuji, actually in Bhagavad Gita it is said that Swadharma is the ultimate dharma, right? Swadharma paradharmo bhayatpanaha. Swadharmo.
Yeah, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha.
Shreyan Swadharma.
Paradharma Bhayavaha.
Bhayatpana.
Swadharme Nidanam Shreya Paradharmo Bhayavaha.
Bhayatpana.
Yeah. So Swadharma, there the context is different. Paradharma Bhayavaha means, depending on the context, the Sanskrit word will have different meanings. There Paradharma is not what we discussed earlier. Earlier we discussed Paradharma means the highest dharma. But in the context of Bhagavad Gita Sloka, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Bhayavaha. There Paradharma means the dharma of others. Dharma of others. As an individual, you have your dharma, Swadharma. For example, a Vaishya, his dharma is to do cow protection, Vyavasaya or Vanijyam. Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. These are the three things. If a Vaishya is trying to copy the dharma of a Kshatriya, that is Paradharma. Okay? So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that imitating others or doing the dharma of others, Paradharma, that is dangerous. Even if you do it perfectly. Even if you do it perfectly. Yeah, go ahead.
No, thank you, Prabhuji. I got it. Makes sense.
Yeah. So their Paradharma is the dharma of others. If we try to copy, imitate others, just like how all the software engineers, we all imitated others and came to America, right? One of my friends went to America and became a software engineer here. I copied him and I came here. And looking at me, others copied, they imitated, and we are all here. So this is called copied dharma. Copied dharma. 3.10, no. 3.10 nemo sahayajña praja srishtva purovacha prajapati anena prasavishyadhyam esha vostvishta kamaduk. That is different. అక్కడ ఏంటంటే కృష్ణుడు నేను సృష్టి ఆరంభంలో అందరికీ కావాల్సిన అన్ని సమకూర్చాను, అవన్నీ మీరు ఆస్వాదించి యజ్ఞ రూపంలో ఆస్వాదించి హ్యాపీగా ఉండండి. అది వేరు. అదే చాప్టర్లో ఇప్పుడు రాధాకృష్ణ చెప్పిన శ్లోకం శ్రేయాన్ స్వధర్మో విగుణః పరధర్మ భయావహ. మీరు స్వర్ణకమలం సినిమా చూస్తే ఈ శ్లోకం వస్తుంది అందులో, స్వర్ణకమలం మూవీలో. Okay? There, the heroine, she was trying to imitate. She was born in a brahmanical family. Bhanupriya, heroine, she was born in a brahmanical family, and her father wants her to learn fine arts like dance, Bharatanatyam. But she was like all of us. She was fascinated about going to America. And with great hard work, she goes to America. And what does she do in America? She ends up, finally, she realizes her mistake and she starts doing Bharatanatyam in America. So, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharma Bhayavaha. Swadharme Nidanam Shreyaha Paradharma Bhayavaha. Okay. Next. We can finish this in under 5 minutes. So here's a comparison between multiple dharmas that we have in the material world versus that one and only one dharma. In reality, all of us, we have only one dharma. As a spirit soul, there is only one dharma, that is devotional service to puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ. But because we are living in the material world, we have multiple dharmas. In Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? Sarvadharmān parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. In 18 chapter 18.66, Krishna says, sarvadharmān parityajya. Parityajya means abandon, reject. Sarvadharmān, all dharmas. Reject all dharmas, abandon. You leave aside all dharmas. And what to do? Mamekam sharanam. Just surrender unto me. That is the only dharma. That is the highest dharma.
You also need to follow the duty, like fulfill the duty
Yes.
as a being in the material world.
Yes.
Along with that dharma.
Yeah. So while we are in the material world, we have to perform these different dharmas. Kshatriya dharma, Vaishya dharma, Brahmana dharma, Shudra dharma. We have to perform all these. But ultimately, we have to give up. While performing these Varna dharmas also, we offer that to God. Okay? As a karmanye vadikaraste principle, we have to offer all these, the results of all these works to God. And eventually, we have to give up this also. Eventually, we have to give up Brahmana dharma, Kshatriya dharma, Shudra dharma, all these. And take up only the Uttama dharma, the Paradharma. Yeah. Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. In Bhishma Dev's words, the highest dharma is worshipping that puṇḍarīkākṣa with devotion. Is the highest dharma. Now the word puṇḍarīkākṣa is very perfectly used in this shloka. Bhishma Dev could have used another word here, like Sriman Narayana, Sri Krishna, or Deva Deva, Purushottama. He could have used that word, right? But the reason why Bhishma Dev used puṇḍarīkākṣa name here is, that means we have to meditate on the eyes of the Lord. That is the devotion. We have to meditate on the eyes of the Lord. We have to meditate on different parts of the Lord. Not just eyes, but different parts of the Lord. That is devotional. If you look at the last row here, mechanism, the dharma of the nature of different dharmas in material world, they are action bound, require specific physical or material rituals, right? For example, as a Vaishya, if your dharma is mahadbhūtaṁ, to do business, you have to perform that action. You have to have a shop, you have to sell something, make some profit. That's the business. Or go rakshana, you need to have a goshala and protect the cows. It requires some physical activity. Whereas if you look at the second box or the second column, the paradharma, the uttama dharma, it is not action oriented, but it is internal, something related to the mind, smarana, internal disposition and remembrance. It is related to smarana, right? So simply meditating on the Lord, meditating on the beautiful eyes of the Lord, the puṇḍarīkākṣa, meditating on different parts of the Lord, different limbs of the Lord, starts with padaravinda and go all the way up to mukaravinda, charanaраvinda to mukaravinda. That's why Shodashopachara, devotion. Yeah. 16 Shodashopachara means 16 different ways of worshipping the Lord. Yes, that is part of this devotional service. Yeah. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, that's also devotional service. Yeah. Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā. That means, in the simplest form, how we can worship, how we can perform worship, or how we can do devotional service? Through smaranam, remembrance. Remembering the beautiful eyes of the Lord. Remembering different beautiful limbs of the Lord. That's why the word puṇḍarīkākṣa is used here. Otherwise, Bhishma could have used some other name, but there is a strong reason why he used puṇḍarīkākṣa. Now, when you integrate all these three different things, bhakti, stava, archana, and you do this always, sada. Stavair arcennaraḥ. Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sada. The last line. The last line is described here in this slide. Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sada. Bhakti means it's an internal thing. It's related to mind and heart. And archana is an external activity. You have to do some worship. Shodashopachara, you said, right? That's an external activity. So it requires internal state. You need to have devotion and perform that archana by showing some physical activity. Yesterday also we discussed this. Puṇḍarīkākṣa? Yes, puṇḍarīkākṣa. Correct. Yeah. In the beginning of the puja, if you call a pujari to your home, right? To do Satyanarayana Swami Vratam or some Vratam. In the very beginning, what does the pujari say? Om apavitra pavitra yasmaret sarvavastan gato piva yasmaret puṇḍarīkākṣa bhaktyā abhya sucihi. Yeah. Simply by remembering that puṇḍarīkākṣa, you will get internal and external cleansing. Yasmaret puṇḍarīkākṣa sa bhāhyāntara abhya sucihi. That suci, antar suci, bhāhya suci will happen only by remembrance of the Lord Puṇḍarīkākṣa. So there also you close your eyes and then remember the lotus eyes of the Lord. Because when we open our eyes, we see everything else. When you close your eyes, you can only see Puṇḍarīkākṣa. That white lotus. Did you see?
I'm saying some food. Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is Puṇḍarīkākṣa. Yeah. Sarita, you can see Puṇḍarīkākṣa. Your profile picture has Puṇḍarīkākṣa.
Yeah.
Puṇḍarīka. Okay. I think this is the last slide. Oh, incoming. Dissecting the metaphor. Physics class. No, biology class. This is biology class. Previous local physics class. Different magnetic particles diffusing. And here biology class. There is a flower and there is a dissection of the flower. So this slide gives more details about the aspect of Puṇḍarīkākṣa, the lotus-eyed, Supreme Person. Omniscience, grace, and transcendence, purity. Because the lotus flower, it represents enlightenment, it represents purity, it represents knowledge, it represents beauty represents all these things. Okay? That's why every part of the Lord, whether it is Sriman Narayana, Sri Mahalakshmi, or Krishna, or Radha, Rama, or Sita, every part, whenever we are describing the beauty of the Lord, we always use lotus as the metaphor. Now here is an important lesson. This is the final slide. This is the important lesson, that most of the times people in the material world, they perform rituals without devotion. We discussed yesterday the same topic, right? So they perform rituals without devotion to the Lord, because they want some material benefit for themselves. If they do some yajna or some homam, their ayush will increase, their health and lifespan will increase. Or if they do some ritual, they'll get a job. If they do some ritual, they'll get a son, H1. If they do some ritual, if they go to the Visa Balaji temple in Hyderabad, they get visa stamping. So like that. These are all rituals, but without devotion. Because you have a material desire there. So that is without devotion. So we have to go beyond that and then perform these rituals with devotion. Okay? So, any questions, comments? I think Naivedyam is coming now. Let's recite this shloka one last time. Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Esha me sarvadharmāṇāṁ dharmōdhikatamō mataḥ.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
Yad bhaktyā puṇḍarīkākṣaṁ stavair arcennaraḥ sadā.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
brahmaṇyaṁ sarvadharmajñaṁ lōkānāṁ kīrtivardhanam.
lōkanāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
lōkānāthaṁ mahadbhūtaṁ sarvabhūtabhavōdbhavam.
Okay, so 2 shlokas. Is everything clear to everybody from these 2 shlokas? Yeah. So from next week onwards, we'll increase 1 shloka. We'll discuss 3 shlokas per class. Last week we discussed 2 shlokas, 11 and 12. Today, 13 and 14. Next week we'll try to discuss 3 shlokas. Yeah. Okay. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. We'll continue next week.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.